we'll connect to our Ujjayi breath. And we'll straight away start to link this up to the arms and the shoulders by way of rotation. So inhaling, we'll reach the right arm outward, palm up. And then exhaling, just letting that arm uncoil. And we'll just reach like a neutral, not so coiled place. Inhaling, expand the ribs. And then exhale, turn the thumb down, the bicep down. And then inhaling, we'll be coming back to this uncoiled place. And we'll exhale here so that we can correspond the inhale with the bicep up, palm up movement. So really coiling it almost into a chest opener. So you may feel a chest opener here. And then exhaling and letting it uncoil. Okay. We'll repeat the process on the left side. So inhaling, I'll reach the left hand, palm up, bicep up. And then exhaling is uncoiling. And in this uncoiled or more neutral place, inhale. And then exhaling, I'll coil thumb down, bicep down. So there's that internal rotation. And as I'm inhaling, there'll be an uncoil. And we'll exhale here, reaching both arms out to the side. So with both arms out to the side, we'll focus on the right. Inhale. You turn the right palm up, right bicep up. I'm just going to tip my left thumb down. Kind of getting a little chest opener, kind of winding up on the front side of my right shoulder. And then exhaling is the uncoiling. Both arms uncoil. Inhale, left palm up, left bicep up. I'm just going to tip my right thumb down. And then exhaling, uncoiling. One more. Inhaling, lift up through the chest. I'm going to turn my right palm up. And now exhaling, focusing on the left. Exhale, the left thumb down, the left bicep down. I find it very challenging to coil each shoulder like this a lot, so we're just doing one at a time. Inhaling, uncoiling. We'll let the left palm go up, the left bicep go up, and now exhaling, I'm going to focus on the right thumb down, the right bicep down. And release. Resume your Ujjayi breath. Great, and let's set up hands and knees. These arm lines are getting some love from us today. So from hands and knees, We're setting up Turbo Dog because it's been a while. All right, I'm going to add some horsepower. All right, thank you. And let's add some horsepower. So I hope this works. So we're setting up Turbo Dog, and I want you to feel the coiling. Get some sound out of there, the coiling of the arms. Exhale, we'll press the knees off the ground. Turbo Dog. So there's no sound here. There is. You have sound there. All right. So we're setting up Turbo Dog. And as we're setting up Turbo Dog, we're going to feel for that coiling of the arm. Exhaling, we'll press the knees off the ground. So as usual, bend elbows. But bend elbows to achieve that coiling or that rotation of the arm bone. Focus on feeling that winding up, winding up. Now from here, we'll give ourselves the option of one, leaving both feet down, or if you like fun, keeping the elbows bent as they are, will raise the right foot off the ground. Now reach that leg away. So no bent legs, no kind of floppy back there legs. Reach, but bend elbows and send elbows toward ground as you send leg away. So this bidirectional reaching out from the solar plexus. There you go. That's it. Good. And we'll switch sides. So we'll set that right leg down and left leg up. Good. Relaxing the neck. And again, that bidirectional outreach, the arms outreaching away from the back of the heart and the back of the solar plexus. And the left leg reaching away from the solar plexus. keep palming the ground, palming, gathering up the earth. You'll yep, that's it. You'll grab it with your palms. You'll palm the earth and gather it up under you. It's not just an arm limb thing, like get into that earth. We'll set that left foot down and we'll rest, setting the knees down. All right, we'll lie on our back. We're working a little elbow to knee. Start with the feet on the ground. I want to talk us through a little bit. There's something that happens when we reach the leg out or when we pick the foot up, and we might be missing it, and it's really good. So inhaling into the low belly and the low back. So now that you feel both halves of your pelvis on the ground, just begin to lift the right foot off the ground. There will be a slight change in your pelvis and your abdominal. And then exhale, set that right foot down. Inhale into the low belly and the low back. I'll do it to the other side. Holding the breath, just start that process of lifting the left heel, beginning to lift that left foot up, to notice what happens between your hip bones, your abdomen, your sacrum, and then exhale, set that left foot down. So likely everyone felt some kind of activation, something turn on in their low abdomen between their hip bones. So now when we reach the leg out, we won't overwrite that. Inhale into the low belly, lifting the head up off the ground. Pick the right foot up, feel how the hips are positioned on the ground. Exhale, reach out through the right leg without wobbling the pelvis. So you're holding that pelvis right where it needs to be. Draw the low belly down. Inhale, we'll set the right foot back down to the ground. I'm doing the ground for right now because the contrast of foot on ground, foot off ground will be the greatest. So you'll be able to catch what happens when we hold breath for a moment and pick the left foot up. Now exhale the left leg reaching out without disturbing the pelvis, the levelness, the feeling of both halves of the pelvis on the ground. Pull low belly down. Inhale, set the left foot down. We'll pick the right foot up. Exhaling, without disturbing the pelvis, exhale, reach out through the right leg. We're creating as much distinction between leg and this pelvis that is kind of adhered to the ground. Draw the low belly down. Inhale, bend right knee, setting foot down. So here's the contrast point. It probably occurs right here when you lift the left foot off the ground. If you're doing a super bracing, you might miss it. Exhale, reach that left leg out without disturbance to the pelvis. Reach that leg out, creating as much distinction between leg and pelvis as you can. Draw low belly down. Inhale, bend left knee. And take a free exhale. You can set the head down for a moment. So if you're missing that little contrast point, it's okay. We'll pick the feet up and we'll try it this way also. Inhale, float the head and the shoulder blades off the ground. So now we can feel both halves of the sacrum on the ground. Exhale, reach the right leg out without disturbing the back or the pelvis on the ground. And that's the point I want to make with this. Draw the low belly down, reaching that right leg out. Inhale, bend the right knee. Feeling breath in both halves of the back, both halves of the pelvis. Now the pelvis stays still, the back is on the ground. Exhale, move the left leg without moving the torso or the pelvis. Send the leg out without rocking, without disturbing the pelvis. So we're paying exquisite attention not to the moving leg, but to the not moving torso. Draw low belly down. And we'll do 2 more on each side. So you'll do those on your own. And unfortunately, this is one of those where it's probably really great to have a set of eyes or just a lot of time to slow this down. There's a lot of important pieces that we could get from these abdominals, and I think we kind of blow through a lot of the good and important and the restorative and the therapeutic parts when we overbrace and overwork or want more challenge. But the challenge here is in the distinction between torso and leg. The challenge is in the stillness and the movement as contrast. The stillness of the pelvis, the movement of the leg. Then when we press up to standing, we'll work some Agnisara. So you can have your feet set out any distance you like. I go shoulder a little wider. And again, I think we miss the reason why our hands are on our thighs. So I'm going to turn profile so you can see. Is that for us to bend over and put our nose as close to our navel as possible? It's not this rounding snail thing. But the point of putting the hands on the thighs is to create lots of distance, lots of traction between the lung organs and the intestinal organs. The point of the hands on the thighs is to press and get some degree of internal stretch. So when we exhale everything out, just the hydraulics of this, the mechanics of this will feel like collapsing, go completely in the other direction of collapse. Okay, so I'll talk us through. Inhale, swift exhales. Exhale everything out. And this is usually where everyone's head goes down and they start to round the back. So put the chin down and push with the hands. Push the chest away from the lap. And now draw the belly in. Vacuum it up. Let it go and just flap it out. Pushing, still actively pushing the hands against the thighs, still actively pushing the lungs away from the intestines. Keep flapping the belly as you actively push with the hands. Pushing your butt back, you're pushing your heart away from the lap. Flap, 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 flap. And then release the belly when you need a breath. These can be slow flaps, fast flaps. We'll do another. So inhale into the area between the hip bones. And then a swift exhale everything out. So, yes, you can keep the chin down. That's beneficial. But push with the hands. Push against those thighs. And then begin the Agnisara, the drawing in and the letting flap out. But push, actively push with the hands. No one's arms are too long, no one's arms are too short. Everyone push. Stick the butt back. Press the chest forward. Of course, release when you need a rest. So for this next round, you might just play with one variable. Weight shift. So when you're pulling the belly in and releasing, maybe I try shifting the weight into one foot for couple of those motions, and then maybe I switch my weight over to the other foot for a couple more of those little flappings. So we'll try that out. When you're ready, here goes our last round. We'll exhale everything out. When you're done, we'll stand at the top of the mat. We're going to kind of blaze through some suns. So here we go. Inhale, the arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left foot back, lunge. Taking the arms up. Place hands down. Exhale, step back, lower. Belly to earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward lunge. Hands to ground. Exhale, right foot forward, folding. Inhale, stand, reach arms up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot back, lunge. Hands to ground. Exhale, step back, lower. Plank to ground. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot forward, lunge. Hands to ground. Exhale, step forward, fold. Inhale, stand, reach up. Exhaling, hands to heart. So I'll just keep talking for another couple, and then we'll just move, no words, for another couple. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot back, lunge. Place hands down. Exhale, lower, step back and lower. Active legs reach back as we inhale, cobra. And lowering, reset the hands, exhale, downward dog. Great chest muscle usage. Inhale, left foot forward, lunge. Set hands down. Exhale, step forward, fold. Inhale, stretch arms up. So stretching the abdomen, the chest wall up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, stretch arms up, but stretch legs down. Exhale, fold. Softening through the eyes. Inhale, right foot back, lunge. Hands to ground. Exhale, step foot back, lower, belly to earth. And cobra, inhale, relaxing or releasing interior to the spine. Exhale, lower, hands under chest, downward dog. Lunge, inhale, right foot forward, setting the left knee down. Set hands down, exhale, step foot forward, fold. Inhale, stand, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Now before we get into these last two on our own, if you want a little more just fun stretching the whole arm, armpit, chest line, when we reach the arms up, there's a bunch of opportunities to do it. Flex the wrist or palms to sky. It's just putting a little bit more bias through the front side of the arm line. It's a little goofy feeling in the hands, but oh well. I'm going to do these 2 rounds with you. No words, all action. Here we go. Great. I'll talk us through some other signs. Chair pose. Inhale, bend knees, reach arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey. So you're using the hands, again, moving the chest away from the lap. Big arch for the chest. Big work for those upper back muscles. Set the hands down, exhale, step or lightly jump the feet back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. If the back isn't totally right yet, just keep with cobra. Exhale, downward dog. And we'll give downward dog 2 additional deep breaths. Inhale the right foot forward. Warrior two. We'll relax the arms down, shoulders shrugs. Inhale into upper back. Squeeze the tops of shoulders. Exhale, squeeze. Not only draw the arms down, reach them down. So you can engage those triceps, point, reach through the fingers downward. And release. Inhale. Then into the middle of the back, squeeze. Exhale, squeeze the blades. Yes, move the blades down, but stretch the arms down, engaging the triceps, opening up the hand, pressing, reaching, pointing out through the fingertips. And then inhale. And bottom tips, squeeze up the bottom tips. Exhale, squeeze and drag down. And then reach down with the hands, reach down with the hands, reach down through those active triceps. And then collect or interlace the hands behind your back, chest opener. Now you could engage the back muscles or not, your pleasure. Inhale, interior to the spine. So you're on the inside of the chest wall and the rib cage. And exhale, gliding those arms down, softening the neck, releasing around the neck and the throat area. Release hands, inhale them out to the side, and exhale, set the right hand down. We're doing a variation on lunge, a variation on extended warrior. Here's what I mean. Set the right hand down so that you have support. Either engage that left butt muscle. You start to bias and feel that hip area, or just very slightly pivot the heel up, but fully straighten the hip and the knee. Not lock, but straighten. So you might lift the heel up if you've had some ligament damage in the ankle, or something is just really deeply blocking the ankle movement, like some scar tissue or some bony growth. But I just want to emphasize and make the point to stretch that left leg out, engage the glute, reach that left leg such that all of that tissue is getting a nice little elongative winding up. It doesn't have to feel like a stretch, but you can feel change in tensional relationships. It might feel like a stretch, it might not. And then reach the left arm overhead like extended warrior. That will just add to the pleasure. Sometimes we reach the left arm up and it just becomes an arm pose. I just want to make sure that we've got the leg involved in this pose. So again, extended warrior, and we hybridize it if we need to ensure that left leg is stretching, stretching just like a lunge, stretching, and we add in that arm so the arm just adds to the sweetness of that entire left side of the waist. And breathing that waist, breathing that waist. Keep that leg involved. The arm is bonus. All right, here's our lunge. We'll set the left hand down and we'll completely pivot onto the ball mount of our left foot. Now you can choose how far to feel this kind of stretch or tensioning through the front of the body. If you need to keep your hands down because of your back, that's fine. You can begin to arch the chest up with the help of a chair or some blocks. But as I bring my hands up, it's to stretch the chest, the abdomen away from these working legs. And if I can add the reach of the arms, it's just additive, right? Lifting, getting into the armpit, getting even more deeply into the armpit, the collar, the upper ribs, and so breathing into those deep and upper areas of the arms. So we are treating this lunge with just as a back bend. We're starting to grow our breath through that front side, stretching, getting into contacting that front side as best as we can. And even if your hands are down, you can still start to lift the chest forward and up. So you don't have to hang your head and hang your chest. Keep lifting that chest forward. This is a back bend. Inhale, set the hands down. Exhaling, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. So press those tops of feet down. Hands pull those arms, those armpits, the chest forward. Exhale, downward dog. There they go, nice press backs. Sweet, let's do that on the other side. We have shoulder shrugs in warrior two. Inhale, left foot forward. We can relax the arms down, raising the shoulders up, squeezing the tops of the shoulders, and then exhale, squeezing, sending down, straightening arms down, reaching out through the fingertips. So that whole entire arm line is moving away from the skull and the neck. And then inhaling into these middle parts of ribs. And squeezing middle parts of blades. Exhale, squeezing. Add the triceps. Add the arm reach. Reach down. Let's do one more. Inhale. Bottom tips of blades, squeeze them. Exhale, squeeze, reach, drag, pull down, and just reach those arms out, 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 back, back, back. Interlace the hands behind your back, chest opener. There we go. So get the sense of this right here, how much of that behind the sternum, behind the chest wall, we can sense here. We can spread our feeling awareness to the whole body as we're getting into lunge, as we're getting into back bend territory. So the neat thing is I don't have to bend my back to spread my feeling awareness into the collar and into the chest. So we kind of have to select to feel into some areas that may not be readily calling our attention. The way a stretch calls our attention with sensation. Sensation is just a signal. And we just use it as a signal to connect back into our body. All right, releasing the hands, inhale them out to the side. Here's our modified extended warrior. Exhaling, we'll set the left hand down. You do block, you do ground, wherever you need that hand. And now we position the right leg. Some of you will just sink that leg and that heel into the ground, and that feels like it gets you in contact with that hip. You can also pivot a little bit, so it feels a little lungier. Fully straightening the hip joint, the knee joint. Don't miss that knee joint, it's a good one. And then reach that right arm overhead. Again, this outreach, this bi-directional outreach, the arm reaching forward, the leg reaching downward, backward. Feel those two directionalities working simultaneously. Good, straighten the knee all the way. Yeah, you could, use those quads, they're awesome. Yes. So you can get to it, I know, because we're putting the foot such that you can fully straighten and fully engage that leg. There you go. Use that right glute, pressing, and open up that front of right hip. There you go. There it is. There's the deep breath. There it is. Get right under those sails, that right waist. All right, now lunge. So now we'll entirely pivot onto the forefoot. We can go hands ground, hands block, hands leg, but starting to arc. And lengthen the chest away from that right thigh. Inhale, set the hands down. Chaturanga. Exhale, we'll step back, lowering. Inhale, upward dog. We are breathing into those collar area, armpit area. We don't want to leave those out. Exhale, downward dog. All right. Let's rest for a moment so that you can get your strap. We're doing dancer today. I'm going to do it with a wall, and I still need to get a strap. So I'm going to go get my strap. Big loop, both sides. You know how to start. Let me go supply myself. I'm using a wall. If you're not into it already, let's get into it. If you have a touchy back today and you would rather lie on a roll and get some kind of an arm reach backward with a strap, that might be a nice alternative. Just a consideration. The nice thing is you can build the bias wherever you want to build the bias. These poses they're empty glasses. If you want to feel and get into the collarbone area, maybe that's a really challenging place to feel frequently. Go ahead and build that up so the arms are doing a lot to help you feel into the collar. If you need to build this so it's very easy on your low back, build it so it's easy on your low back. Make the strap very, very large. Keep the foot low-ish and then work the arm component. each side again. Or have a seat. We'll be working Uddiyana in shoelace, both sides. And the same principle apply. We'll use the hands during the vacuum portion of the breath movement to the lung. Inhale. Use the fingertips to push and move the chest away from the lips. Bring the hand either beside or in front of the legs. Exhale everything out. Remain empty. And as you're drawing the belly in, hands, push or pull the chest forward, away from the lap. And then switch sides. Feet active. Spreading the foot bones, especially the outer foot bones. Inhaling. Pressing the fingertips, chest away from thighs. Then bring hands somewhat forward. Torso pitches forward, exhale everything out. Stay empty. Vacuuming, drawing the belly in. Choose the side you want to address again. Third. Inhale. Bring the hands forward. Sweet fall, exhale. Maybe one more. Lie on your back. Shavasana. This is a good time to assess if you would like something under your knees. Blanket. Chair. Or maybe you want to raise something there. your body's relatingness to itself. Remain as long as you like. When you're ready, bend knees, turn to a side, and help yourself to seated. Namaste.